Tonight on our show, we got an exciting show. Car Trophy Race, I believe it's called the Tri-State Series. We're going to check in with RGB and PJR, Richard Biggins and Paul Rulin. And tonight we're going to do a driver spotlight and have Corey Johnston on, and we'll touch base with all three of those drivers and see how the weekend went. Yours truly was unable to attend as I was tending to my Ford. More on that later. More to come, as they say. So August 9th, Saturday, was the race. It was a trophy race. We'll see if anybody brought home trophies. We'll check on the conditions of the track. We'll check the weather. We'll see if it was any cooler. I know the answer to that. And so tonight we'll hit the driver spotlight with Corey Johnston, and we'll get into the show with the co-hosts RGB and PJR. Before we do that, let's run down our product sponsors that we like to spend money on, as I say. Tar and Black Swamp Raceway, our local tracks. Thank you very much. Hammer_37. Thank you for the video evidence, as I like to call it, to keep our co-host, one in particular, honest. Carpies, Bulldog Bodies, Simple Speed Shop, VRP Oils, VRP, Vision Racing Products, SXT 3.0, X-Ray, Traxxas and Losi. I run X-Ray in my street stock. I run the Traxxas Modified a little bit, and I run the Losi Sprint and the Losi NASCAR. Proline Tires, MIP, Fly Sky, and Tamiya. All great stuff. We love being children on the weekends. Thank you to everybody for letting us do that. So let's get into it. Check with our co-hosts, and we'll see what's going to happen. Before we get into it, remember, like and subscribe. Supposedly it helps the algorithms, as they call it. So feel free, join NKR Studios, like and subscribe. We appreciate it. That way we know we're not wasting all of our time. But first, before we get into it with the co-hosts, sponsorship announcement from City Chevrolet. And we're live.
I like it.
Yep. What's happening?
Oh, not a whole lot, you?
Same old. Kind of tired. Getting stuff ready. Thinking about my Ford that doesn't drive.
Are you racing Saturday?
I want to. It depends on how tomorrow night goes with my truck.
Okay.
I'm going to try and program it tomorrow night. So this is probably a good place to announce that I have a missile for sale. Manufactured by the Ford Motor Company. Came with the truck.
Well then.
Oh, shoot. So before I let Rick in, I have a surprise guest around 6:45.
Okay.
It is the culprit of the Band-Aid incident.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I figured we'll get Corey Johnston on. He'll be our driver spotlight tonight.
Okay.
And I told him like 10 minutes, so we'll just try and keep it all about him. And then we'll get into our stuff, and then actually we're going to run our opening like we normally do, but we'll have Corey on around, I told him 6:20. So maybe 10, 15 minutes at the most, but probably 10 minutes because he's working. Okay. Then while Rick's in his groove, oops, hold on, Rick. I have someone that wants to talk to you.
I did not have a chance to print that photo, so missed opportunity. But
that's all right.
I can send that to you, and then you can just put it in the podcast. I like that idea.
I can do that. So it's going to be interesting. So I'm sharing the race as we speak
I see that.
in a window instead of sharing the whole screen.
Okay.
So hopefully some of the viewers, instead of looking at my face, can watch things like that. Was that you that just flipped upside down?
It could possibly be.
We'll talk about that tonight too. If you send me, I have one of your pictures of your diff. If you send me any others, if you have any other pictures, send them to me and we can talk about your diff again, because it sounds like this is going to be an ongoing issue if you get clobbered.
I 100% legitimately think that could be the correlation. Getting hit very hard in that car, maybe that's enough of a jolt to those screws that it causes them to start backing out.
Yeah.
Especially because I got absolutely clobbered in one of the practice sessions. I believe it very well could have been the practice session right after round number 1.
All right. I think this is the mains that are rolling right now.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah. So,
unless it's the B main, because they ran a B main for the low-C sprints. If you started it right at the start, it's the B main for the low-C sprints was one of the first races to go.
Yeah, this is like the first or second. I think it's the first race.
Yep, it's the B main.
First or second race. It's the first low-C sprint race, I believe.
Yep.
So, oh, shoot. Let's see here. Where are my hotkeys? Media. Let's test it out. Is it loud?
No, it's not bad.
It's 6 o'clock, so on cue, Rick is late. So we celebrate by dancing.
Should just put that snore music on. That's probably what he's doing right now. He probably fell asleep.
Oh, I got that. Ready?
There we go.
He's probably like, should I call him? Should I? I'm calling him. He's probably getting smart. He's not even going to answer.
RGB Racing.
Hey, RGB, I noticed I got your voicemail. We're doing a podcast right now. I didn't know if you were going to participate tonight or not. I thought we would just make this a ongoing thing where I call you and let you know that you're late. Nightcrawler Racing out. He's actually in the queue. So that's what it is now. I call, he gets in the queue. Oh my gosh. What is with the collar? Are we going to dinner?
You pop them. You got a collar, you have it popped. That's fashion 101.
That's fashion 1984.
I can't even see him. Is he live yet?
Yeah, he's here. You don't see him?
No.
Well,
I had to update my Riverdale app.
here, hold on. Let me help you.
Yeah, I don't got Paul on the screen either.
It might be because I'm sharing
Yeah, you got
the
there's
race.
Paul. Yeah.
Powered by Riverside FM.
There you go, Rick.
Powered by Riverside.
I don't know who Riverdale is. All right, Rick. Welcome to the show. Can you see each other now?
Oh, you could put it back. It was way better the other way.
Man, I'm scared. Rick is in focus. The RGB Racing sponsorship plaque is square to the wall. His mic is not on his alien glasses.
I take your feedback to heart. I know this is an important time of the week for you.
Well, this is where I get to glow, so, you know. My audience is reacting to Rick's comments. So I did my introductions earlier. Good to see you guys here tonight. Thanks for joining me on the show Beyond the RC Grid.
Happy to be here.
Pleased to be here.
I am still working on your pay. It hasn't been approved yet, so if you have a good accountant, maybe you can write this off as charitable donations.
Well, you know, the sponsorships that I have, you know, on a weekly basis, that helps cover some of the bills.
Man, I'm going to have to figure out how to get in on that sponsorship stuff. So tonight we'll talk about your sponsorship, but first, I touched base earlier with the audience about the Tar-Car Tri-State Oval Series is what you guys raced in on Saturday. I did not. I was working on my Ford. And I did stop by for like a half an hour, checked in on you guys, and I must say I was very surprised to find out how late you guys started. So you want to tell me about the length of the event on Saturday, what you thought of it?
Go
That
ahead,
was
RGB.
That was a long, hot day. 7 p.m. wrap up time. That's just that's a little too much time.
You hear a baby crying?
At the track. For anybody, I think.
Well, when you're winning, I don't think you notice the time. I don't win. I'm just guessing.
You are correct.
Okay, I was going to say, Paul, you want to interject here?
I think it was a long day, but I think we normally start at 11 and we get out of there around 5. So it was just kind of pushing everything back an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know what Rick's thoughts are on this, but I will share. I was not a fan of the format, to be 100% honest with you.
Here we go again.
So rather than having actual qualifying races like we normally do, they did what they call rocket round qualifying, which basically means that all the cars started on the track running, and he just randomly started the clock, and you ran the cars for 3 minutes, and your goal was to run as many laps as you could. Problem with that is some of the newer people, including myself, had never ran that before. I asked a couple of the seasoned drivers. They explained to me, if there's a faster car behind you, let them through, because you don't want to wreck trying to race them, and then you both end up not doing well. So a couple of guys said, well, I didn't even know what I was supposed to do until after the first race. So I'd much rather race 3 qualifying races and then race a main. I feel like maybe people got a little anxious when it came to the mains because it was the first part of the day that they were actually in a traditional race format.
I don't know how they decide that. If it's because it's a trophy race, they did the more traditional clock heat style races. Did they resort? I did not look at the live RC results yet. So if you went out with a group of cars, and you were really slow, did they resort the slow guys with the slow guys? Because that's what they do to me when I'm slow. Okay.
Yes, they did.
Off-road. Okay. So, I mean, that gets better. It is a learning curve. I don't mind it. It all sort of, I can only speak for off-road. It all sort of sorts itself out. So I have no problem letting guys go by me, especially when I know who they are, because a majority of those guys I can't keep up with anyways. So I essentially I'm getting sorted out into a little bit of the middle of the pack. If I have a bad day, I'm still in the back of the group, but
An off-road course, you're spread out more. You know that's a lot more a lot more length or square footage for you guys to run that track. The oval, you're running an oval, you're gonna encounter the same people maybe every 2 or 3 laps. If you're in with 3 or 4 racers that are still getting their track uh, spatial awareness down, you're going to hit them every 2 laps, and it's going to slow you down. So you never really have a opportunity to move out of that grouping. So you're going to be stuck for the 3 heats. Essentially, unless there's some type of phenomenal line, but that's I didn't find that to be the case at all.
in theory, I mean, that could be true in the first heat, possibly a little bit in the second heat, but in theory, you're getting sorted out. If you're the one doing the passing, you'll get sorted out with the other fast guys. In theory.
But you can only do the passing if you're able to make a clean pass. If you're doing maybe let's say you're doing 4 passes or 5 passes in that 3-minute span, and you have to slow your lap time down by a second 5 times to make it around that person, because that person may make a drastic right turn. Traditionally, every time someone's around them, or you go high, but then you got to make a last minute decision and then go
Are
low.
you speaking in third person?
No.
Oh, okay.
Once you're, so that's what I'm saying. If you're on an oval, you're potentially running 4 or 5 times where you're going to run slower laps, and you're not going to bust out of that second grouping then. Versus, I get it's maybe a little bit luck of the draw the first time around, versus where the other grouping, everybody's just running lines and sticking with it. That's easier to keep your lap times consistent.
Yeah. Well, let's keep moving, because tonight, like I said earlier before I brought you guys in, I'm going to do a driver spotlight tonight with Corey Johnston, and we'll bring him in for about 10 minutes. We'll keep it about him. We'll talk about how he got into it, how his weekend was, what classes he races, et cetera, et cetera. So, RGB, do you want to go ahead and update us on your sponsorships and where we're at with that? Are you going another week with Mr. Clean, or are you bringing the Cube back, or anything like that?
Well, we've had this might be a concern of mine with the commissioner out there at Tarkar. Yeah, this is going to be, this last week was the fourth 90-degree day
Oh, it's gonna be a hot one today.
of us being out there. And it just seems like he's potentially or scheduling the days ahead of time to be on the hottest day of the week.
Me?
Okay, that is not.
Are you trying to sabotage this event?
So when I was voicing that concern, I had some meteorologists
Thursday, you might want to break out the sunscreen again because it's going to be a hot one.
contact me on our podcast mail when I went and checked it, and they agreed to come up with the sponsored. They're going to be sponsored by Cold Fronts. I look forward to this sponsorship, and hopefully this weekend, this race coming up, the sponsorship of the traditional cold front, pushing out the warm air and into an enjoyable temperature where we can all have a more comfortable day versus Jerome told me today when I was out there at the track for 15, 20 minutes until I got too hot. He said the track temperature was 140 degrees on Sunday. That's some pretty hot stuff out there.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, I brought up the Yahoo weather real quick. So it doesn't go, well, here's the 10-day, maybe. Well, that is the 10. It goes up to Saturday. Well, this Sunday. It's this Sunday. I'm sorry. 84. So 90 on Saturday. I was going to try and run off-road on Saturday. I don't know if I'm gonna. We'll see what happens with my truck. And oval on Saturday. I'm going to definitely, I don't care if I have to hitch a ride with PJR Racing, or what are you going by?
Still Rulin's Racing.
Rulin's Racing. Okay, if I have to hitch a ride with the enemy, I'll be at the track on Sunday. 84 degrees, Rick. Partly cloudy, high at 84, and a low of 66. 51% chance of precip. So,
Well, we'll see. The sponsorship may be paying off for all those involved.
okay. Let me message Corey real quick. Corey's running about 5 minutes late. So it's an interesting cold front. It looks a little like, almost like a picture from a lab, like an atom or a germ from vid or something. I'm not sure. It's
Like I said, the meteorologists that reached out to me, they're cutting edge technology, and this is their the picture that they sent to me to represent their sponsorship. So I appreciate the up to date intellectual technology that they're using.
Oh, hold on. I got a call coming in. What's that? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll ask them. They want to know if you printed that on Lucas County's dime.
I believe that all of us are living in the county of Lucas in the state of Ohio. So we're all considered a family. So if you mean that I print that out in Lucas County, and I of course I did. I'm proud resident of the county.
Man, it's like he watches CNN because he spun that, didn't he?
He must have been taking some lessons from Hillary Clinton there. Good Lord.
Oh, shoot. All right. Well, it was hot, man. So real quick, since Corey's running late, I'll touch base with my fan base.
We need an update. We need an update.
So my F-250, it's a diesel for people that aren't real. I mean, the people that are watching this know all about diesels, but it's got the DEF system on it. It basically turns your exhaust into carbon, like a block of charcoal, and it just plugs up and you can't drive it. So my truck went into limp mode, and I spent the day unhooking all the sensors underneath, unhooking the hangers. I got it about 98% loose and on jack stands. I left one hanger up by the bracket because I just didn't want it dangling. So I did all that on my own on Saturday. It was very time consuming. I would like to say, screw you, Ford Motor Company. They don't sponsor the show, so I'm going to say it. Whoever the engineer is that put a key on the back access to lower your spare tire is a moron. I mean, the thing was so rusted, I had to pop the pin off and just pop the whole assembly out of the bumper to get my crank rod in there to lower my spare tire, which I had to lower my spare tire to unhook one connector. But it's like the more I work on something that's more of the current designs, the more moronic I find the engineering to be. I can't for the life of me. I'd like to take a poll. I should Google this. I think I said to you, Paul, or somebody, who felt the need to lock the spare tire? I don't know anybody in my lifetime that even knows anybody that's had a spare tire stolen. Do you guys? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the time, it was so consuming to just sort through the mess underneath the truck. But anyways, I got through it. It was hot as hell. I took a break and came up and saw you guys. Came back, worked on it some more. I probably cussed and threw some tools, but the ring camera doesn't point over there, so I'm good to go. So I have since got the missile out from underneath the truck. The DEF tank's unhooked. The new exhaust is ready to go in. I've just been doing a little bit at a time at night because last week when I started it, I was on call and I literally had the busiest week of on call I've ever had at the hospital. It reminded me of being at the gas plant. I even said that to my boss yesterday. So I'm very tired, so I'm relying on you two and Corey when he gets in here to update me on how the race was. I'm very disappointed I didn't get to race in a trophy race because I would have ran my mother off the course to get a trophy. So I think there's a driver that said that once. He'd wreck his mom or his grandmother.
Wreck my own grandmother to win that championship.
Yep. So I'm going to throw that in tomorrow night. And the exhaust, putting a new one in is super easy. It'll go very quick. The programming is I can't imagine it would take more than an hour. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a download that runs through your phone on an app that goes through the Bluetooth of the truck. It wipes out the DEF system in the codes or whatever. And so it'll update the truck. I'm going to add 75, 80 horse. I'm not going to do like 150 horse. So I'm going to do that. I'll do a little transmission tuning, and it's all like pre-packaged. You don't have to be a genius. You just got to sort of pick the options that are there. So we'll see how it works. I'll keep you posted on the next show. So, RGB, what do you think? What do you think about associating with an emissions law breaker? Are you okay with this, being on the Nightcrawler team and all?
I think transportation is important in today's society. And if you can get yourself from point A to point B in a safe and timely manner, I support your efforts in doing so.
I appreciate that. I would do it in a Honda, but I can't fit in a Honda, so I got to buy a 3/4 ton truck to get me around so I can breathe, if you know what I'm saying. But that's where I'm at with all that. And by the way, that's not cheap. So I'm only doing it because it's my last diesel truck I'm ever buying. I've been running diesels since the mid 80s. That's what I literally learned how to drive in, was a 6.9 4-door crew cab, a Ford, 5-speed. Remember those days? So call me Gear Jammer. Speaking of that, Smokey and the Bandit was on this weekend. Did anybody partake?
I didn't even know it was on, but would have if I saw it.
I was a little too tired after 24 hours of tar car racing. So
24
home.
hours?
Got home and went to sleep Saturday.
Let me show you something here. Let's make this a quick I'd like to suggestion to anybody that enjoys eating out. Paul, do you recognize this place?
I do not. Oh, it says, what is it? Central Kitchen?
Central Hot Dog.
Is that downtown?
Yep, you got to cross the river down by Michael's Bakery.
Okay. That's an 05er east side, if I recall correctly.
Let me tell you something. I went in there and ate. The breakfast is amazing. So I'm in there, and it's a couple questionable characters at 5:36 in the morning. But the food was so good it didn't matter. But I would like to go back down there soon and partake in a breakfast from Central Hot Dog. It's amazing the business that guy does. It's amazing. So that's my food sponsorship. We like to plug things that we like and use. So my gimmick of plugging a restaurant is batting what? 2 for 9? 2 out of 9 shows.
You got to start somewhere.
As long as you don't plug the restroom, if you get my drift.
I do. So, anything stand out from this weekend that you want to talk about before Corey shows up? Was there any?
What's Corey race?
We're gonna ask him. I think he's a late model or a street stock guy. Let's pull it up. We'll look at it.
I believe he runs the late model and the low C sprint and the tracks / modified.
There you go. 110 late model. That's round 1. So what else did you say, Paul?
Low C sprint and the tracks / modified.
Yep. Okay, here it is. So he's in 3. All right. Spec Track, Traxxas modified, Mod Boss modified, Mod Sprint, Mod Boss. Oh, that's in the beginning, isn't it? Maybe he didn't do the.
He was running the sprint.
Oh, right here. Yeah, right here. I'm sorry. So he was in Heat 1, box stock sprint. So yeah, I mean, he had a busy day. So that you guys know, I saw Corey when I was sitting over with Rick, when I was consoling Rick about the psychological warfare that was taking place at the track. I noticed Corey was camping for the weekend and his family was there, and I thought he would be a real good guy to just touch base with and see what he thought about hanging out at the track. You know, that's something I'd like to do, is stick my camper there and show up and take a Friday off and practice on a Friday night, drink a few beverages, have a fire, spend the night, get up and race an off-road, do it all over again Saturday night, race a Sunday. I'd really like to do that a couple times. So I want to ask him about that and what he thought about hanging out at the track for the weekend. But my gosh, it looks like he was busy. I just can't imagine. I mean, two classes are enough for me.